Louisa, honestly, how many times do I have to tell you that Violet needs to be fed every 3 to 4 hours if she's ever going to have any hope of growing into a strong little girl? Not to mention that you need to watch what you eat as well. I don't want my granddaughter growing fat simply because you decided that you were going to gorge yourself on chocolate and fatty foods whilst you were nursing her.
Nice to speak to you too, Vera. Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Enough with the sarcasm. How you even have time to be snarky with me when you should be focused on your baby is beyond me. How is she supposed to grow up properly when she's got a mother acting like a sarcastic teenager?
I don't talk to my 3-month-old daughter in a sarcastic way, Vera. Besides, even if I did, she wouldn't remember it. She's only 3 months old. She won't remember anything from this age.
Well, that's not true at all. I remember when I was 3 months old.
Well, you would be one of the very few who do.
Are you being sarcastic again? Ugh, whatever. That's not why I messaged you.
Yes, why have you messaged me, Vera? I was finally able to get Violet down for a nap, and I was about to follow after her, so I would like to make this chat as quick as possible. I don't want to be rude, but I got very little sleep last night as Violet was up most of the night.
Napping? Really? When I had Jonathan, I would never simply have a nap when he was asleep. No, that time would be when I did all of the household chores, like the washing and cleaning the kitchen and preparing dinner for my husband. You need to be more active. Jonathan deserves a nice, warm meal when he gets home from work, so you need to make it for him. Not to mention, if you actually worked a bit, you might burn off a bit of fat. You're looking quite pudgy nowadays, and it's not attractive in the least.
Okay, first of all, this isn't the 1950s. I don't need to be a perfect housewife and do all of the cooking and cleaning and caring for my daughter. Jonathan and I are a team, and we both help take care of everything within our house, including each other. He understands that sometimes I can't get the cleaning done as I'm simply too tired. Secondly, I'm not fat. It's leftover baby weight. I will burn it off naturally as the months go by, and my body readjusts to not having a 7-pound tiny human in it. And when I can, I will also get back to the gym. Not that it's any of your business. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going back to sleep before Violet decides to wake up for her next feed.
Fine. If that's how you want to play, then I'll just have to tell Jonathan about your laziness. We'll see what he says about that.
Uh-huh. You do that. I'm going to turn my phone onto mute now so that it doesn't wake the baby.
Is that so?
Seriously, Vera? Why would you do that?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, so I'm guessing that it wasn't you calling my landline just so you could try and wake Violet and by extension me up? What have you got against me trying to get some sleep?
It's not right. A proper mother wouldn't do that.
Lots of mothers do it.
I will not have my daughter-in-law be a lazy, good-for-nothing mother who leaves her daughter to fend for herself.
Vera, I was having a nap. I wasn't leaving my daughter to fend for herself at all. You're being ridiculous.
Well, let's see about that, shall we?
What?
I'm a part of a Facebook New Mums group, and I've told them what you are doing and how you are acting, and there are quite a few women who are appalled at your behavior.
You've done what? That's so disrespectful of me, Vera. How I raise my daughter is nobody's business but mine and Jonathan's. I don't need a bunch of snooty women accusing me of abusing my daughter simply because I had a nap at the same time that she did.
But, like one woman pointed out, what if your daughter develops a fever whilst you're asleep? She could become very ill, and you wouldn't notice because you'd be too busy sleeping. It's quite a selfish thing to do. You're a mom now. Your needs come second to your baby's, so you need to suck it up and do what's best for Violet.
I'm doing what's best for my daughter. Me not being half asleep as I care for her is in her best interest, as well as mine, as it means I'm less likely to do something stupid or forget something important.
If you're that inept at caring for a baby, then maybe you should just give her to me. I can look after her properly.
I'm not giving you my child, Vera.
Fine. I was just offering to help, but if you're going to be so defensive and overprotective, then so be it. Although, according to my Facebook group, you're just going to end up ruining Violet.
Excuse me? I am not going to ruin my daughter.
Are you sure about that? I mean, what are you even feeding her at the minute? Breast milk?
Yes. What? Is there suddenly something wrong with the way that women have been feeding their babies for thousands of years? Is my milk going to kill my baby?
Again with the sarcasm. And no, breast milk is actually the preferred method of feeding. Although, you don't do it in public, do you?
If Violet gets hungry whilst we are out, then yes, I'll feed her in public.
Seriously? And Jonathan lets you?
What do you mean he lets me? It's not his choice. And anyway, I think he'd rather our daughter gets fed properly.
Well, it's just improper. The only person who should see that area of you is your husband, your baby, and possibly your doctor if there's something wrong. The general public shouldn't be getting an eyeful of your breasts. It's just not decent. Do you not have any shame?
Me feeding my baby isn't shameful, and you won't make me think otherwise. If other people are going to try and make me feel it an issue as well, that's their problem. I'm not going to stop feeding my baby simply because someone isn't comfortable with a natural process that has been around for thousands of years.
Yes, well, I think that's something else I'll be having a word with Jonathan about.
You can talk to whoever you want, Vera, but nothing is going to change what I do with my baby, whether you like it or not. But thanks for disrespecting me and trying to humiliate me by posting what I do on Facebook. It was real classy of you. Now, if you don't mind, Violet has woken up and it's time for me to feed her. So, thanks for bothering me and making sure I couldn't get a nap in. Now I'll be exhausted for the rest of the day.
Louisa, is everything okay?
Huh? Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
It's just my mom has been messaging me telling me that you're not handling the baby well. I just wanted to make sure that you and Violet are both okay.
Your mother? She's still at it?
What do you mean?
She messaged me this afternoon, just as I had put Violet down for a nap and was about to have one myself. She started going on about how I shouldn't be napping when my baby did, and that I should be cleaning the house and cooking dinners instead so that I could be the perfect housewife. She then tried to shame me for breastfeeding Violet in public, saying that it wasn't proper and that no one else should see my breasts.
Ah, I see. That does explain a few things.
Why? What has she said to you?
She's basically said that the women in her Facebook group are all up in arms about how you're raising our daughter and that you're unfit to be a mom. She then demanded that I take Violet off of you and give her to her so that she can look after her properly, in her words.
Seriously? She actually said that?
More or less.
Look, I know that she's your mom, Jonathan, but that woman has crossed the line.
Yes, I agree. That's why I spent a good 30 minutes telling her off and explaining that her view of the world is much different to what things are actually like now.
You did that for me?
Yes, for you, for our daughter, and for me. She might be my mom, but she doesn't get to disrespect you and how you look after our daughter. She has no right to do that.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. I'll be back home soon. I can't wait to see my two favorite girls.
We can't wait to see you either. Seriously, Vera? I can't believe you've doxed me.
I've what?
Doxed me. It means you've given a group of people my personal information to contact and harass me. I can't believe you actually told your Facebook group who I was. Now I'm constantly getting messages from them claiming that I'm not raising my daughter right. It's ridiculous. You've gone too far now.
Well, maybe by humiliating you a little bit, you'll actually humble yourself and listen to me when I tell you what to do. After all, I have raised a child myself, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, except Violet isn't your child. She's mine. So I will raise her how I see fit.
Are you seriously still back chatting me? Why are you being so stupid? Just listen to what I say. I'm your mother-in-law, so you should respect what I say.
Well, I'm Violet's mother, so you should respect what I say and do with my daughter. In fact, I've come to a conclusion.
What's that then?
Because of how you've acted towards me and how I'm raising my daughter, I've decided that you won't get to see Violet again until you've started respecting my decisions as her mother and stopped trying to interfere in how she's raised.
What? You can't do that.
Actually, yes, I can.
Jonathan will never let you do this.
I've talked it over with Jonathan, actually, and he agrees with me.
What?
Until you start accepting that you don't have a say in how I raise my daughter, unless I ask for your opinion, then you won't get to interact with her. It's as simple as that, really.
That's completely unfair. You're just being cruel now. You can't keep me away from my granddaughter. I'll call Child Protective Services.
And that way, you won't see Violet ever again. All you have to do is stop trying to tell me how to parent my child, and you can see her. Until you do that, though, you won't get to spend time with her. Now, if you don't mind, Violet and I are going on a walk. Let me know when you've come to your decision. Goodbye, Vera. Vera tried to continue telling me what to do with my baby for a couple of weeks, whilst trying to find ways to secretly see her. But I kept true to my word and didn't let her see my daughter until she stopped trying to tell me what to do. It took a while, but eventually she stopped. I'm now slowly letting her start to visit Violet again. However, she knows that the moment she gives me her unwanted opinion, she'll go straight back to not seeing her. Sometimes you have to take a hard line to stick to your beliefs, but it can definitely be worth it.